Single famous model sister was seen playing tonsil hockey with Bad Bunny at a private LA club last night.
Folks everywhere feel somewhat betrayed because he'd long revealed that he prefers Latin women and culture.
His ex says that they're married.
Married. Kendall's ex, Devin Booker, thinks that this is just a PR stunt orchestrated by Kendall's momager.
It says a lot about some people. Common sense isn't common.
The Kardashians are known for calculating everything, from their own images to the public's perception of their relationships. And some people believe that Kris Jenner may have cultivated a relationship for her daughter Kendall in order to save her reputation. So let's get into it. I think we can all agree that every move in the Kardashian family seems very calculated, and it goes the same for the Jenners. And more recently, people have questioned Kendall Jenner and her relationship with Bad Bunny. If you haven't heard of Bad Bunny before, you've probably heard his music, but back in February 2023, we started to see that Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny were hanging out and reportedly seen making out. Des Moines actually reported that they had witnesses on the scene who saw her leaving the club and getting into the car with him. We'll talk about why this is a bizarre matchup and maybe why Kris Jenner has a bigger plan here. But before we get there, let's talk about how we started to learn about this relationship.
Another blind item that I posted on Sunday. This single famous model sister was seen playing tonsil hockey.
Okay, so obviously a Hadid, but keep going.
The single famous model sister was seen playing tonsil hockey with Bad Bunny at a private LA club last night.
Okay, like a Jenner, like hello, like
yeah. So I'm revealing it was Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny. I have witnesses on the scene who saw her leave the club, this private club. It was the Bird Street Club or the Bird Streets Club in Los Angeles. She left the club, got into her car.
At this point in their lives, Kendall Jenner has been single for a couple of months. She had an on-and-off relationship with NBA player Devin Booker, but they broke up in November 2022. Bad Bunny came from a longer-term relationship with someone named Gabriella, who is a jewelry designer. They dated back in 2017, but reportedly broke up a few months before he was seen hanging out with Miss Jenner. Just a few days later, sources were sent to the media to Entertainment Tonight to tell them that both Kendall and Bad Bunny are attracted to each other and definitely have a flirty vibe. It's still new, but they're enjoying each other's company and like each other. A lot of people were making fun of Kendall online because Bad Bunny, his first language isn't English, and he's even admitted that he's been learning it. And actually, I've listened to interviews, he speaks very well, but a lot of people felt that maybe he didn't really fully understand her because, I don't know, maybe questioning why they'd be attracted to each other. Quote, they have mutual friends and had dinner with Haley, Justin, and friends at Wally's in Beverly Hills on Saturday night. It's been fun for both of them so far. It's an interesting contrast to Kylie's relationship with Timothy because they have been very low-key for a while. They just started hanging out and showing PDA, while these two, within days of hanging out with each other, started to show everyone what they were about. And they were seen at concerts like Drake's concert, just all over each other, and it's undeniable that they are a pair. And I think because it happened so quickly, a lot of people started to question this. For example, there was a subreddit titled, "Who else thinks Bad Bunny and Kendall is just a publicity stunt?" I just think the timing of their relationship getting leaked was interesting. They both have a lot to gain. He's already a crossover, but this could cement his career in a huge way and make him visible to a new audience. Some people commented on Kylie's relationship with Timothy and wrote, Bad Bunny and Timothy are signed to the same PR agency and are both dating Jenners. Make of that what you will. Another person writes, of course, this is fake PR nonsense. It's not a coincidence that they both got new partners right before season 3 aired. It is true that Timothy and Bad Bunny are at UTA, but I can't imagine that the agents can really force this upon them. I mean, sometimes I've heard of these fake relationships, especially in the early 2000s, but with social media, I feel like we can kind of see through it, but maybe this is us seeing through it. In some ways, the idea of their relationship being set up for PR purposes would make sense. Jenner is on the verge of a new season of The Kardashians being released. Bad Bunny is on hiatus for the next year, so maybe they are dating each other to keep themselves relevant in pop culture. Now we'll get into why it's interesting that Kendall would be with Bad Bunny, because she has offended several communities. I mean, do you guys remember that protest that she saved through I believe it was a Pepsi commercial. There was like, I think it was at the height of like Black Lives Matter, and it was like the police, the people, and she came out with a Pepsi and joined everyone back together. That was offensive to a lot of people, and she's done it again. This woman named Messiah was quoted saying, "If the rumors are true about Bad Bunny's romantic life, it feels like a slap in the face because he is associating himself with a woman who has shown that she does not respect the Latin community." She's referring to one of Kendall's tequila brand ads where she's riding in a pickup truck with her hair braided, and she's going through an agave field with a bunch of like Latinos who are picking the agave, and there's some, Hispanic music playing in the background. This woman was quoted saying she cosplayed a Mexican girl from the countryside and is out of touch with reality.
Folks everywhere feel somewhat betrayed by the Puerto Rico native's choice of partner because he'd long revealed that he prefers Latin women and culture. Yeah, this could get messy. In his El Apagón lyrics from his most recent album, the Grammy-winning artist says that non-Latin individuals lack sazón.
Now, you must agree that some of Kendall's advertising has been in bad taste, and we'll get into some more. But people are really side-eyeing Bad Bunny because he's done a lot for the community. He's participated in protests in San Juan. He released a documentary about the gentrification and some things going on in Puerto Rico, calling out issues of cultural appropriation, while Kendall has been guilty of pushing cultural appropriation and trivializing social justice movements. So I guess fans are shocked to see someone who's so politically active and has such strong morals with someone who doesn't really seem to have those. For instance, let's talk about Kendall Jenner and one of her 818 tequila ads.
Kendall Jenner has also faced her fair share of backlash from Latin folks. The reality star's tequila brand, 818, came under fire about 2 years ago after several people claimed the brand's promo images were disrespectful to the Mexican culture. All this could culminate in a select few having something against the couple.
It is interesting how Kendall picked tequila because she's just like, she isn't like from anywhere that produces tequila. She's very much like an American girl. I don't know why she's trying to take this brand and then if you're gonna make tequila, then just make it your own. You don't need to try to go and become like Latina to sell the tequila. Throughout the ad, which features Kendall riding on a horseback among rows of agave plants and sipping tequila on the back of a pickup truck, the runway pro wore jeans, a cowboy hat, and a loose cotton shirt over a tank top, a look that some have referred to as tone deaf and migrant chic. Many people felt like they were capitalizing on stereotypes associated with Mexican farmers. Quote, "You've got to be kidding me. Leave it to Kendall Jenner to be as tone deaf as possible. This is so offensive." Modeling that chic migrant worker look for her tequila brand. Watch her cry and say she didn't know later on for the 100th time. This person wrote on Twitter, "Kendall Jenner roamed through the fields of agave on horseback to announce the launch of her 818 tequila brand in California with moody visuals shared to Instagram on Monday, despite tequila's deep-rooted Mexican history having no affiliation to the affluent community she grew up in." Another person writes, "Is Kendall Jenner really wearing braids and pretending to be a farm worker while colonizing tequila? It's a no for me." Not Kendall Jenner disabling her comments on the post of her appropriating our culture for her tequila launch. So the question is Kris Jenner this mastermind who's been able to put together this relationship between Kendall and Bad Bunny to avoid any backlash when it comes to Kendall and her tequila and her offensive branding? Even though it would be smart, I don't necessarily think that they thought that far ahead. And to be honest, these two have been hanging out a lot, and there are some people who have gone to the media and gone to Des Moines and people like that and told them that yes, in fact, this relationship is genuine.
I do have a DM about Bad Bunny and Kendall. Let me read it. Somebody says, "I met someone on vacation who works directly for Bad Bunny through the music agency that represents him. And he said their relationship is definitely not a PR stunt and has seen Kendall at a lot of different gatherings that Bad Bunny was at. but he's not too sure what was going on with it and that it seemed like Bad Bunny wasn't over his previous ex/fling. This was back in March.
Here's my thing about that. His ex, talk about marriages. His ex says that they're married.
Married? She says they're married?
No matter what, these two are not going to be able to escape people questioning what's going on with them. Certain fans suspect that Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner are dating for PR purposes, and they've even gone as far as to analyze the couple's body language in an effort to prove their theory. I'm no body language expert, so I can't really look at these and tell you what's up, but I do think those people are really interesting. I see people on YouTube make those videos, and I always get stuck watching them because I just it makes sense in some situations. It's especially with abusive couples. I've seen that their body language, one thing I'll never forget is if you see someone grabbing someone's neck from behind, instead of holding their shoulder or their back, they hold them by the neck. I can't remember who I did a video. Oh, Beyonce and Jay-Z. He stays grabbing Beyonce by the neck. And that's kind of a red flag in my opinion. For whatever reason, Devin Booker, Kendall's ex, has come out and said that he doesn't believe that their relationship is serious. I don't know why Devin is speaking out on his ex's relationship, but he doesn't believe for 1 minute that Kendall and Bad Bunny are actually dating. He doesn't think that he's her type and finds it difficult to believe that there's any longevity there between them.
A rumor has it that Kendall's ex, Devin Booker, thinks that this is just a PR stunt orchestrated by Kendall's momager, Kris Jenner.
It says a lot about some people. Common sense isn't common.
Now, I think it's a little bit weird that he's even commenting on their relationship because he is her ex, but it's interesting, an interesting takeaway. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other video ideas for me, here's my email, and I'll see you in a new one soon. Bye, guys.